A very good morning to respected sir and all the listeners present here. I, Riya Panchal, on behalf of FIPI PDEU Student Chapter, welcome everyone to second episode of C2C Week, commencing under the banner of Campus to Company Week. This is the series of podcasts where we invite our inspiring alumni who are already placed in reputed companies to share their experience in transitioning from campus to their corporate life. And today, in the second episode of C2C podcast, it's my honor to introduce our esteemed alumni, Mr. Krishnanunni. Mr. Krishnanunni is distinguished graduate of Pandit Deendayal Energy University who achieved bachelor's degree in Petroleum Engineering and is currently working with ONGC in amphion and VFD system in offshore drilling and operation. He has experience of 10 years in working in ONGC. Once again, I welcome you, sir, and here we go ahead. We would like to know about your journey in PDU.
Yeah, so first of all, a small correction. I am working in onshore, not offshore. Uh, PDEO, at that time it was PDP. So when I actually joined in 2008, the college name was IPTG actually, Institute of Petroleum Technology, Gandhinagar. Later, what you say, it became PDPU and recently the name changed to PDU. So what is when we were studying there, it was a very pretty new university, like pretty new institute. Everything was what you say, just in the formative phase. So it was a nice experience for all the learners there. Like what is it? There was a certain air of uncertainty, but still, what is it? It was an experience like, because even the students were involved in all the processes and all, and college was also very helpful. Like they reach out to the industries. Like we had many people from what is industries mentoring us also, and faculty was there. Like faculty, even though the college was new, most of the faculty were what is previously teaching in what's a reputed institution. So they had their contacts and experience with them. They brought it with them, and what is for us, it was overall a nice experience with PDPU, like from transition from our college to corporate, and a lot of help was given by what is our faculty, our what is mentors. So that was there, and like Sri Viz sir, like I think he is a faculty of PDPU right now. He used to be working in ONGC in IRS or Ahmedabad, I think, and he also used to visit the campus and mentor the students. So all these things were very helpful for us when we were studying that.
That's great, sir. So now moving forward with a very distinct question. As per our title, Campus to Company, we would like to know how did you prepare yourself for the corporate world from campus itself?
So I will have to explain it in two phases. Like what you say at the very first, uh, I was what is it placed in Kane from college itself. Like now Vedanta Oil and Gas, it was Kane Energy back then when I was studying. So I got a campus placement there. So one of the very first things that you have to understand about energy industry is that like what you are studying, it is a very vast topic. And whenever you are getting placed or whenever you are going to a company, uh, we may be getting a field that is what is a very specific, more specific. Like say for example, I was uh, posted in projects initially. So projects is a field that it is not. It is more towards the midstream side. Projects more towards the midstream side, and I was obviously interested in the upstream side of the operations. And even projects is very specific. It's not operations and stuff. So you have to manage your expectations. You have to what is a initially you have to do a study. Okay, what I'm going to do. You can talk to your seniors now. It is your internet and all the facilities are there, so you can get this knowledge. You can understand. You must understand because there must not be a mismatch between your expectations and what you are actually doing there. And what you say, you cannot expect to do like what you say. There is a you have to follow a certain learning curve. Like initially, first thing that when you join any company, what you think is that what I'm doing only what is a tabulating Excel sheets and stuff like that. But that's a part of your learning curve. and that you must understand, and you must get an understanding prior to what is going any. Now with the advent of this internet and technology, it is easy for you to reach out through LinkedIn or through, or to most of the people just reach out to the people who worked in the company or who are working in the company, and you can just what is ask them, so you can get a better match of expectations versus what I was doing. And second time, like after 1 year, I prepared for this. At that time, it was not GATE exam, ONGC exam, and what we say, I got into ONGC luckily. So ONGC, it was a different world in itself, like a private company and a public sector. So ONGC, what to say, it is a very big company, and there, like initially, there is a it was a heavy hit, like what is your expectations and your what you are actually there, because I didn't have much of the seniors who were working in drilling, so I was not able to reach out with anybody. But thing is that once I reached, I felt a very huge difference. Like even I was working in Cade, and with that also there was a huge difference. But eventually, like what you say, I try to learn the ropes, and within what you say 6 or 7 months, I was fully adjusted to the life at ONGC, and it was very exciting. Like what you say, you are able to take much more risks than a private company. You are able to learn much more things at your own in a PSU, so that is an advantage.
Oh, that sounds expelling, sir. Can you share some situations in your corporate career which shows the adaptivity or emotional intelligence played a significant role despite being explicitly taught in your university?
Like what you say, whatever you are going to do, only if 60% is what you learn from the university. Rest 40% is your other skills, like whenever you're working outside. Say for example, you have some, what you say, you must have some other interest areas of interest while you are studying yourself. You will have them, and that will help you connect with people. Like say for example, in oil industry, if you're working in at site, a good rapport with the local people is very necessary, and that is not something they teach you in college. But like what we say, you are in this college, you go and have tea at your what we say local shops, you interact with the local people, interact with the people over there, what is interact with shopkeepers, so that will give you a, like fortunately I was first posted in Gujarat itself, so that was helpful for me. Like what to say, interaction with all the people, all the locals, that they will help you, that will help you in what we say building a rapport, and what we say learning the ropes from the very what we say the third party providers, you can call them. But they will also have a very valuable inputs to give you, like how the things actually work. Like it is, you have a certain SOPs, you have certain procedures, but those inputs will also help you. Like what we say, suddenly your operation is about to stop and you have to do something, and as per procedure, like you have to go through a long way to get that done. But if you know a local, okay, they will tell, okay, there is something, they may be able to help, or previously we have done this, like 5 years ago the same problem happened and we have solved this and this way. So that rapport will help you a lot in what is a building your initial, during the initial phase of your career. That will what will help you a lot, like interaction with people, interaction with the local people. And never think of you as, okay, I have completed my engineering, I'm a big person, a big shot. No, that is a very wrong thing, because the time you understand that you don't know very little, that is the only time when you learn. Once you start to think that I know a lot, then your learning will not be at that a rapid pace.
Thank you, sir, for your words. Now, can you share a specific experience or achievement in your career that attribute to skills and knowledge you acquired during the time of your university days?
Mm. Okay, so what is mainly the most successful thing is the ONGC interview was what is say one of the thing I cracked using the uh, knowledge that I've gained from what is it, curricular as well as co-curricular activities in the what is say in the college. And one advice I got from PDPU from one of the faculty is that whenever you are facing an interview, if you don't know something, say I don't know. and don't try to what you say cover up or try to explain it or try to take the question. So you have to directly admit if you don't know something that I don't know. And this learning helped me a lot. Like I have attended many interviews, and I got feedback from like what is in Kane as well as in ONGC. I got this feedback. Okay, that you admitted this. That was a good thing. So that is one learning that what to say from the college I got. And second is what to say in ONGC, like there are many opportunities like that. And because I have studied from a petroleum background and because I have studied petroleum engineering, it helped me a lot. Like what we say, most of many of the people there are from a variety of backgrounds. But since you have a what to say end-to-end appreciation of the industry, so like you can easily convince your seniors to do something, or if you want to participate in some events, or for some postings, like if you are looking, okay, sir, like I have this understanding and this is my area of interest, so like they will try and help you out. And yeah, but the thing is that one more thing that we must take keep in mind is that once you are out of the university, you will be what we say concerned with a certain like I am in drilling engineering, so I am only concerned with drilling engineering. But what is throughout life, other parts also you have to what we say brush up the knowledge. You have to keep in touch what is going on. That is there, but still, like you have an appreciation, you have the basic knowledge, so that will go a long way while you're working in the industry.
Sir, so this next question is the most await. The answer is awaited the most. How can a student strike a balance between good CGPA and gaining relevant internship experience?
So the thing is that my CGPA was not that good. I may not be the right person to answer it, but yeah, relevant internship experience. Like at our time, we have to go to the companies and give the application, talk with the HR people and all. But now it is very pretty transparent. Like online, they are calling applications. Your main thing is that one thing for the relevant experience or you must keep your LinkedIn profile updated and try and connect with the people who may be able to give you options. So even if they are not in a position to give you relevant internships, but they may able to what you say guide you through the way, like how to get an internship, how to secure internship and all. So networking is one of the most thing to secure what we say internship. And CGP, I think, yeah, you have to study. Study, complete your what you say coursework in time. That's it. But for internship, the main thing is that you get in touch with your seniors, you get in touch with the people who are working in the industry. Because what do you say? Like you can in a normal environment, you can not directly go and talk to the high posting officials in a company. But like say for example, you are in LinkedIn or you're in a social media profile, you can easily drop them a message, and if they are interested, they will reply you back, and you can do this to multiple person, and at least you can expect to get some hits in return. So like for example, like after that I was doing my MBA, and for that only research and all, I did the same thing itself. Like I go and used to message like, okay, some people I like what they are doing, so just drop a message. I read your so and so article, it was very interesting, so I was looking for inputs on so and so things. So surprisingly many time, like you expect these people won't get back to you, but yeah, people may surprise you, like very what is seen about like CXO level people has replied to the comments. So oh, that's a very good thing. And you must use the power of the social media and networking, and also keep a watch out on your internet, like what's internship opportunities and all will be floated online also.
Sure, sir. We'll keep in our mind that how to balance this stuff. Now, how can you tell that uh, internship shape the understanding of the corporate world?
Yeah, like internship, it is a very key part in what you say shaping your perception towards corporate, because that is the first time you actually go there and work in a corporate field. So, I did my internship in two places. One was a research-based internship on gas. I did it was in NIOT in Chennai. So at that time, I got an experience. Okay, how research is actually being carried out. Like you read papers, you read research papers, but you don't actually see how it is being carried out. Like they pick up a very small problem that you may not think of at least, and they work on that. like what to say we were doing a project on gas hydrates, and when I went there, their main concern was that they were trying to reduce the drag on a remotely operated vehicle. And the points, like the things they were bouncing of the ideas they were also, it was a very really nice experience. Like we were not actually involved, but what to say, they used to share the experiences. Okay, we have to reduce the drag by this much, this is the problem we are facing. Like what we say, for correction of course they used to drop the uh, core barrel to the bottom of the ocean, and it will collect gas added samples and all. So how they think of the design, how they change the design, that is that was a very value addition for me. And secondly, I did an internship in DGH, that is Director General of Hydrocarbons. So there I got a much more of a technical experience in geotechnical field. So there, what we say, there it was well planned. Like our mentor, he circulated as among the functions. Like sometimes we work with reservoir people, even logging people and all. We got to work, and we actually got to do the work. Like take an Excel sheet and what we say, get the values, plot in a useful manner and all. So these all things we carried out. So like earlier I told about meeting expectations. So this is one of the point where you can what is it, set your expectations straight. So like once you go and do the internship, you can what is it, get the idea. And second thing is that like what is it now, many of the students here from the local colleges are coming for internship in ONGC, and like we are a part of what is it, guiding them. So one thing that we do here is that give them small projects, like which we have might have completed. Like okay, you go and read what is it, these many papers, go and read this, and we will actually show like what we are doing there. So yeah, surely your what you say, internship will actually help you to match your expectations and what you say, what you have studied. So corporate company that campus to corporate, it will help you a seamless what you say changeover. Like if you have a good internship experience.
Now, as everyone thinks, or we, as per our knowledge, we know that life of a driller is considered as a tough life, like 12 hours of hectic field work or other things that you face as a driller. So, sir, can you just throw some light on the same thing?
So one thing about what is a drilling job is that you never do not expect a typical corporate job if you are interested in drilling. Like whatever I told for a drilling job, it is a completely different world. Like say for example, there are limited people who you can accommodate on a drilling rig, and if you are coming to a what do you say company, any company, you have to start from a lowest level. Like what say, you have to actually work on the floor initially. And in companies like ONGC, that may be a little longer than the others. And in private also, they will have you work the floors. They will have you what you say, even clean the direct floor. They will have you do a lot of that. Is a part, they consider it a part of a character building, or what is it, that is a part of experience that you need. And initially people think that okay, this is beneath me. Some people have a thought that this job is beneath me, that one must not have if it if at all is interested in drilling. But one best thing about interest drilling is that you are not sitting in a cubicle and what is it, doing something for 12 hours a day. Every day is a challenge. Every day you get to what to say, do something new. Say for example, my personal experience, like what you say, I wanted to switch to office from a drill site. So like I made a promise to myself that whenever something new doesn't happen in my 14 days of shift, at that time only I will request for an office posting. So that I had decided. And I worked here for 10 years, and it never happened that like in one pattern it was monotonous job only. Something new, like some complication maybe, or some new things maybe come up, like something that we haven't experienced before, something new you get to experience during all the times. And finally, like I switched to office only when the operation stopped here. Like uh, you might know that Tamil Nadu government has stopped drilling operations here. So only when the drilling operation stopped, I what to say came to office. Otherwise, like it is not a boring job. It may be difficult, it may be, but you get to interact with people. from all over the world. Like your direction drillers are coming in, people for coring specialists. When you are commissioning a new system, people from there are coming. You get to interact, get a lot of experience. That is there. Second thing is that what you say, you are trying to visualize, like you have some inputs on the you have some pressure or whatever various parameters, and with that you have to guess, okay, what is going on 2000 or 3000 or 4000 feet below your ground. So that intuition you have to build up, and that is a very good experience. Like once you learn that, you somebody give you something, you can easily visualize, okay, this is going on there and this might be the problem. And like some problem, of course, you also interact with various sections, various thought processes you can go through. And what to say, build a thinking in such a way that, okay, how to solve a problem in a much more scientific manner. So that is there in a drilling job. But yeah, it is challenging. Like 12 hours, it is a normal day. If anything is that, like what to say, after joining 1 year or so, you have to take up responsible role like a shift in charge or maybe tool pusher. At that time there is no rush. Like one, when some complication or some odd job start, you have to, what to say, wait and see to the end, then only you may be able to live. Like uh, many times we have work, what to say, work for 12 hours and then again continue for 6 hours or so, a couple of hours, just to the completion. So that and all is there. But the plus point is that most of companies, like working days, you get off. So 14 days, if you are in 14 days or 28 days pattern, you get a 14 days, 28 days off with it, and it is a good time to spend with your family. Like you do not have much tension of operations. Nobody will call you up or anything like that. If you have done your work properly, and what you say, you have a good work-life balance. Like at work time, you can give you complete time to work, and during the rest times, you can completely spend it with your family. So that is it.
So now we understand how the drilling life is also the real drilling life. So going on to the next question. Sir, can you elaborate on the rounds during the placement process?
Okay, so like what to say, I attended a couple of interviews. I will give you three examples. Like one is where I was unsuccessful, where I second is where I secured a what to say job, and third is the ONGC interview process. So first, like I was in L&T. Uh, so L&T, the thing is that I have cleared the written round, HR round and all, but in the interview I was not able to clear. And one of the main reason was that they were looking for somebody in refining, like for refining projects and all, maybe like refining or the production surface side. And I had not prepared it accordingly. Like what we say, at that time, we were generally preparing. So I was studying my reservoir engineering, I was studying my drilling, studying my what is surface operation production, like that. And most of the questions that I faced there, it was regarding a field that I was not aware of. So this was a huge mistake from my side, because before going to the interview, I was supposed to study like what they were actually doing, or what they were actually, what to say, looking for, what jobs they might be looking for, what are the operations, a little bit about the company. So that you had, and that was the part where I lost the interview. Like I was not able to make it through. Uh, Even though I cleared the written round, but in the interview I was what is rejected. So that the mistake from my side was that not knowing what the job profile actually is. Second is the Kane Energy. So Kane Energy was a what to say, it was a good experience, and most of the questions were from our side only. And like I have earlier told that if you don't know, you what is admit you don't know. But like whatever the questions are there, like one more the questions like I had was that, like your CGPA, why you is your low, so you must be able to justify, like okay, why your what is the grade is so and so, or what like I just pointed out to them that okay, in these subjects, these are the subjects of my interest, and in these subjects I have scored very well, and some subjects I was not able to score. So that I think answer convince them, and you must be also ready to to face some questions that are not technical at all, like regard from HR, like your what to say aspirations. What do you see yourself in 5 years? So people, what to say, they look all over the world, and what to say, they copy paste the answers from internet, like they prepare with internet. But the thing is that what we must also know is that the uh, person who is interviewing, he also has to access to the same resources, and he might have also seen this. So one thing is be truthful. Like okay, if you ask them, if somebody asks you where you do yourself is, just paint a picture. For that also you must know how the company works. So like, yeah, I have to learn so and so subjects, and I'm thinking to transition. So just give them a roadmap. Even if it is wrong, they will sometimes they will help you out also. Like even my interview with ONGC, one of the interviewer helped me out actually. That is it. And third portion is the ONGC interview, ONGC selection process. So for ONGC selection process, like what you say, I was in project. So like I told you about the expectation versus reality mismatch, and like I was more interested towards operation side and towards upstream side, and I was in a more of a midstream kind of role. So like 2 or 3 months in the cane itself, I started preparing for the exams of ONGC, and what is it, studying the basics. Also, like what is it, on the side, some I started preparing for competitive exams also. So like that helped a lot. Like in facing the interview as well as facing various questions. Like you have quantitative aptitude, other questions. So like once you're preparing for any competitive exam, this will improve your skills, and that helped me in clearing the exam. And ONGC interview was a wonderful experience. Like what to say, I was fortunate enough to be interviewed by the chairman himself, and what to say, this is the point where I told you actually help interviewers actually help you. Like I was for drilling engineering, and they asked some technical questions which I was able to give some response. But later they asked me about, okay, what are the costs involved in drilling, and I was not able to, what to say, I didn't know like what is the business side of this, like how do you decide on drilling. For that they help. Okay, so if you are drilling and your drilling cost is more than what you're expecting out of the well, will it be what is a profit? So he was able to take me through the process. So at that time, even I learned something also from the interview. So that was a very good experience. And in ONGC production interview also, like initially there used to be multiple interviews. You cannot, there is not single board. Like production, reservoir, drilling, you had different interviews. So in production interview also, they asked me to explain what I'm doing in cane. So like with if you are going after your experience, you must be thorough with your whatever, or you have done an internship. So you must be thorough with what you have actually done there, and that will help you out a lot in carrying interview. So one is that keeping your basics clear. Like they never ask, no, in no if interview I asked any high level questions. Most of them were asking the basics, like basic of drilling. Like one question I had in ONGC was, what's a Christmas tree? Like that is one of the basic things in production. So you learn IPR or what to say, any things like that, and like you get a question like, okay, what is a Christmas tree? Like why is it so? Why can't you give a simple answer? Very basic question they will be asking. And what is it? That is something you must be prepared for. Like keeps the basics clear. And second thing is that, yeah, the things you have done in the office, co-curricular activities or internships you have done, be prepared on that, because you can surely expect, if it is in a resume, or you can surely expect, okay, what you did in this internship. So if you are not able to explain that, you will be in a very awkward position. Like what is in technical things, like basics questions, if we are not able to answer a couple of questions, that's okay. People may not mind, but these things, it is taken very seriously. Like you work somewhere, or you have done an internship, and if you're not able to answer, it means that you have done it seriously. So that is a very big red flag.
Sir, your examples will really help us. So now moving forward for the another question, can you tell us how to strike the balance between expertise in the specific area and maintaining the broad skill to remain adaptable to change the industry trends?
Okay, so like what say, for expertise, one thing is that do your work. Like what is whatever you are doing, you must research on that. What is happening in your field, you have to research. What is you have to at least, what there are a lot of technical journals, or what is even what is in internet is a very good source of knowledge for these kind of things. So what is the latest updates in your industry, that and all you must what is see what is happening around. And whatever you are doing, you must what is remember, like you must be pakka with what you are working. So that is developing expertise. And yeah, you can get more specialized, like in drilling engineering. Drilling engineering itself is a very broad topic. Like we may think that okay, drilling production, but once you get into it, they also have a lot of specializations. So you must have a target. Okay, specializations. Yeah, this specialization is what I'm working on, and reading research papers, what is interacting with people. That is the that is for the drilling side. That is for the side of your area, yeah, like your trade, your main area of focus. And the second thing, like broadening your horizons or keeping updated with all the rest. The best thing is that talk to your peers, like people who are working at your level. Like you are a drilling engineer. Like I have friends in production engineering or with geologists, reservoir engineers. So just have a talk with them. Okay, what you are doing, and while you are interacting with them, you get some topic. Okay, we are doing so and so things in the industry, in the field. So like some words, some terms, you can get them, and you can ask them to explain. All, and you can study on your own also. Like say for example, we are what you say getting a new plasma tool here, plasma perforation tool here. I have no idea about what to say. You can do such and such operations, but somebody from logging told me, okay, there is a tool, and that uses plasma, so you may not need to get reperforation job, or they send plasma in highway. So for that, you can come back and read, okay, what is this technology that they are using in production also? Like we are doing so and so. So why they are doing it? What that you can come back and do a research. But in your field, you must keep updated. Like you must take initiative. Okay, what is going on there? Watch various what to say what to say keep a, set of websites or what is the resources that is getting updated constantly. Like one petro is a very excellent resource. Like what to say, it gives you all the relevant papers pertaining to oil and gas industry. So like you must track these resources and what to say, get in touch with your peers. That is even in your same industry. Like you're working in a certain field, and your peer, he is working in the same what is a trade but in a different field. That also is a difference in oil industry. Every field is unique, every well is unique. So yeah, you must go around and ask them, okay, what problems are you facing there, what problems are you facing there, share your knowledge, and that is how your knowledge will increase.
So, sir, now next question is about the MBA. So, can you help us to connect the strings for the importance of MBA for petroleum engineer and how MBA will help us in our professional growth?
Yeah, so what to say, MBA, it is a very useful degree. Like what to say, you see things from a different perspective. Like while you're doing an engineering, you are only concerned about uh, what we are doing here, like how to do things, but why we are doing and how to justify them. Like even what to say, you have done, you have acquired a job in a technical field, but after some years when you are at an in charge level or person to take a decision, all the things that is going to happen in the company will come from you. You are the middle management basically after 10 or 15 years, and at that time you must have the knowledge of the all the tools and techniques that is being used by the management. Like you are proposing a new project, so how to justify that? There are certain tools that are being taught in MBA. You can use them, or what you say, whether using this is financially viable, or how the company what you say selects their projects, how what is it the studies various things, and you can study various topics from a monetary point of view, like how money flows in and money flows out. So that can be done from an MBA degree. Sorry. And people also may go for what is the topics like operations. So how to what to say make our operation more efficient. So you get a scientific study. Like yeah, you can sit in your room and plan something, but once you're an MBA, you have a theoretical framework around how things are done, why things are done, and why it should be done that way. In that way, MBA should be helpful. And like if you're going for a what to say, going to think of a management line in oil and gas. So like my humble suggestion would be like, yeah, get a 2 3 experience in oil and gas and then go for MBA. So it will be a very good value addition for you because you have actually worked in the field. You actually know how things work around, and what to say, you might have had seniors giving you various decisions. So once you do this MBA, you can get an okay why they are doing this, why they are telling all these things, how these decisions are made. So you get an appreciation of the process.
So, sir, looking for the last question, what is the one piece of advice you wish you had received when you were transitioning from campus to corporate world?
Yeah, one piece of advice, like I've already mentioned, matching the whole expectations and what is what's actually there. Like always research about the job that you are going to do, or research about the job you are aiming at. You, if you shoot in the dark and you may get something, but it may not be as per your need or as per your requirement. So please, like it is a humble request from my side, not an advice. Like before you go to any field, before you go to any job, before you attend an interview, please do a study on it. What the company is looking for, how the work culture is there. Now the resources are plenty. So this is one major what is a thought that I would like to do.
We will sincerely follow your advice, sir. Now, on behalf of FIPI PDU student chapter, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Krishnanunni for taking time to join us today and share valuable insights and experience. We are incredibly grateful for your time and effort. Your tips and advice will certainly be beneficial to everyone, and we are confident that the information you have shared with us in our personal and will help us in our personal and professional growth as well. I also sincerely thank all the listeners for tuning in. Thank you once again.
Thank you for having me and listening me to me so patiently. Thank you.
Thank you.